Hey guys, I wanted to make you a quick video here on regression. If you've been reading the lessons, it's kind of tricky the way that they explain it in the lessons, where they have you do it on like a TI-83 calculator, or sometimes they have you do it by hand, pencil and paper. And these are very complicated, very time consuming. It's much easier just to use Google Sheets. So in this problem, it says Susan is tracking her running training program. The table gives her 5K run time at the end of each month, and here's all of our data. I can tell that the month would be the X's, and the time would be our Y's. I can tell that just by looking at it. And they ask, what is the equation for the line of best fit, and what is the correlation coefficient? All right, so the easiest way to do this is I'm just going to go to my Google Drive and make a new Google Sheet. And really, once you do this, you could also save that sheet, and this could be your calculator. All right, and what I like to do is open this in split view so I can see both the problem and my Google Sheet at the same time. Just makes this easier. And we're going to copy all of this data. Control C, come over here, and Control V to paste all of our data. And what I'm going to use is called, actually, let me make this a little bit larger. What I'm going to use is a formula called the line ST function. And I type equals line ST. There you go. It's already giving it to me. Best fit linear trend for least squares. And this wants me to start with the Y's, which is time in minutes. So that'll be B2 to B7, comma, and then the X's are just 1 through 6. So this data, there's not too much here. This one will be pretty simple. But if you have a lot of data, it definitely gets tricky. So the two numbers it's giving me here, this is now my slope and my y-intercept. So my equation would just be, let's say y hat, or you could type the symbol, the y hat symbol. This equals negative, let's say 2.14 plus 45. All right, so that's pretty much it. Very easy to do it with Google Sheets. That would be our regression equation. Another thing we could do with Google Sheets, if I select all my data again, and I go to Insert, Chart, and here I want a, let me see, I want a scatter plot. There we go. So here I want a scatter plot. And again, this will do all the work for me. If I click on Customize, go to Series, you could change your colors and stuff here if you want to. The first thing I want is the trend line. So if I click on Trend Line, you could see that's drawing the line of best fit for me. The other thing that I want is the R squared. So this is our correlation coefficient. Here I would say, let's just say 0.962 and not round that. So this would be about 96%. These are very well correlated. They're negative correlated. I can tell they're negative going down. The line is going down. And that's pretty much it. The other thing that I can do if the problem asks me for the R instead of the R squared, I could just come over here. There we go. You can see I did it already, but I would type in 0.962 and then just hit the square root button and 0.980, maybe 0.981. That would be our R value if it was asking for that. But usually it's not. It's usually just asking for the R squared, which is the correlation coefficient. So my last step would just be copy this back into the problem. And then copy this back into the problem, and then just explain again in your own words, explain how we got this. What's the equation for line of best fit? It's this, and we could say where negative 2.14 is the slope, something like that, decreasing by 2.14 each time. Just something like that. Just write a quick sentence that explains what's going on here. Again, in your own words, don't copy mine. For the correlation coefficient, we have a, let's see, we got 0.962. This should be a negative. I could tell because the graph is going down. Of course, when we square it, that negative goes away. So this would be a negative 9.62. We could say this is a negative correlation because I'm not going to type it. I'll leave that for you. I'm not going to type it here, but you could say as the months go up, the time goes down, something like that. And 0.96 is very close to 100%. So again, this should be in your own words, but you could say this is very closely correlated. It's very close to 100%. So this trend line does a very good job of estimating our data points. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and good luck with your course.